Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Captain America figure from the Avengers. And this is Avengers Assemble Edition by SH Figuarts. And there's the box. And here's the back of the box, so let's get into it. Alright, and here we have the figure and all the accessories. So let's go over the accessories first. Comes with two Steve Rogers head sculpts. There's one clean one, and one got a little scuff marks all over him. And then we have a angry face looking cap head, and then a regular cap head. See, his outfit is kind of dirty. And then he comes with a bunch of hands, some gesture hands, and then shield holding hands, another accessories holding hand, throwing shield hands. There's a bunch of them, and then it comes with two shields. One is a dirty one, and here are the accessories for it. And there's a neck piece right there, and then it comes with another shield, which is a clean one. Now it's kind of hard to tell, but the shields that this Captain America comes with are matte finish instead of glossy finish shields like before. This one, they're both matte finish. Alright, and here's a good look at the figure itself. Now he is quite dirty from the New York battle. So you can see he's all dirtied up. And here he is from the back. See, same kind of weathering throughout the figure, which is nice. And to switch out heads, all you have to do is pop the head off. The whole piece came off. So here's the collar piece right there. And then here's the neck, and there's the head. Just need to pop the head off. Oh my gosh, what a pain in the butt to get this head on. Because when you pop the head off, the neck goes with it, and then you gotta pop the neck off from the head, and then once you pop that off, the peg itself is stuck in the head. It's stuck in the head, that head socket. So you gotta remove that in order to pop everything back on, and then that little peg won't go into the neck post, and then it was just a pain in the butt to pop this head on. And so here's what it looks like with the new head. I mean the other head on, and it's okay, nothing too spectacular. As far as likeness, does it look like Chris Evans wearing a Captain America mask? No, it doesn't really look like him at all, but it is better than what we have gotten before, because some of the other ones we have gotten were just really, really terrible looking. So this one is definitely a step above. So I'm okay with it, and let's switch out to the unmasked heads. So to switch this off, first you gotta pop the head off, and then the neck went with it, and then you gotta take this collar piece off, and then once you did that, then you gotta put the other collar piece on, and which is this one, and you just need to slide it down. So now you can see the mask is off. It's like a hood on the back, and now it's just a matter of getting the head and neck piece on here. So pop. Okay, there we go. Now it's popped in, and there we have Steve Rogers, Captain America. And does this look like Chris Evans? It's okay, not the greatest, but still better than some of the other ones we have gotten before. I mean, you can see a little bit of Chris Evans there, but not too much. Some of the third-party ones are much, much better. So, and as far as articulation, head is on a ball joint, but it does limit its movement quite a bit. So you get a little bit of head tilt and looking down, looking up, and all that stuff, but not like super dynamic or anything like that. And as for the shoulders, it has those butterfly joints, so it swings out a little bit. Not a lot, but a good amount, I guess. And then we have these ball hinge joints for the shoulders, which allows his arm to rotate, and that's why they didn't put a cut joint around the bicep section. And then here's a double jointed elbows, so can give you a little over 90 degrees. And we have ball hinge wrists, and then we have ball jointed chest, ball jointed waist, so it allows for that much of a crunch, so not a whole lot. Arch back, why do they always have really good range when it comes to arching back, but not really a crunch? I don't get it. So yeah, got that. And then legs do drop down, so you can see it's a ball joint there for the hips, right there, in there, ball joint, which allows for him to move his whole leg, so that's why they don't need to do a cut joint around the thigh section. Hasbro really should look into doing these type of hidden swivel joints for the hips there. Like they did it for some of the figures, like the stormtroopers and stuff, but like with Iron Man and other characters, they still do a ugly cut joint right around the thigh area, which I don't like at all, especially for armor characters like Iron Man. If you see a cut joint right above the thigh, it just doesn't look pleasing at all. And here's knee bend, about over 90 degrees. And then this has a ball hinge ankle and toes articulation. So it goes up about that much. So yeah, and as for the tilts, see, there's a little bit of tilt, so you could spread his leg apart and he'll still stand firmly on the ground. Alright, so as far as tightness, when it comes to these joints, this one actually turned out quite good. If you own any of the previous Captain America figures, like the Avengers stuff or anything before that, like Civil War or anything like that, those tend to have really loose joints around the hips section, because the ball joint, for some reason, they're just really loose to begin with. But for this one, it's quite stiff actually. See, you could, if I move his legs, you can see there's a lot of friction there. I like that, because yeah, I just like the fact that these figures have tight joints instead of loose joints. So I am very happy with this cap, how it turned out. The weathering, do I like it? I mean, it's okay. It's a lot of dust on him. I guess if you really don't want it, you could always scrape them off. I think you could actually remove these dust spots quite easily with maybe even an eraser or some type of rubbery substance. You should be able to rub these off quite easily, I would imagine. But this one I'm okay with keeping it as is, and likeness, not great, but you can still see Chris Evans there. So let me do a comparison with the other Cap versus Cap Captain America figure. Alright, on the left we have the Cap versus Cap edition, and the one on the right is the Avengers Assemble edition. So here you can see there's a color difference between the two. The Cap versus Cap version, it has a darker shade of blue than this one. I mean, this is more accurate to his suit than this one. This is a little too dark, and the helmet is actually even darker. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see it's almost to the point of US agents type of color. It's almost that type of black. It's like a really deep blue. And here you can see the Avengers Assemble cap. It's a lot lighter. That shade of blue is much more accurate in my opinion. But you can see side by side is pretty much the exact same figure. The print job on the head is actually better than the new one. The old one has skin tones a little bit darker too. the assemble one is much lighter. And here's a look at the two shields. You can see the one on the left is the Cap versus Cap shield, and the one on the right is the Avengers Assemble shield. You can see the one is matte finish and one is glossy. Now this I don't get why this shield is matte finish and this one is glossy. I think they are both in the same, they're supposed to be the same timeline, so they should both be the same color and same texturing, but instead this one's matte, this one's glossy. And with the Cap versus Cap version, it comes with 3 head sculpts. One is the mask and 2 without, and we have the angry look right here of Steve Rogers right there with the neck, and then we have the generic looking head sculpt right there, and then with the new one, the assemble one, he comes with 4 head sculpts. We have 2 mask and 2 unmask. So the mask right there, and the other one is the angry mask. And then the 2 we have here, one is the dirty, and one is the clean. And here's a comparison of the 2 clean head sculpts. You can see exact same sculpt, and only difference is the hair color. You can see the assemble one, it has a more of a shiny finish, a gold shiny finish, while the Cap versus Cap version doesn't. It's a lot darker, but the print job is pretty much the same. So at the end of the day, is this figure worth getting? I say depends. If you want a cap, then this is a good cap to have. Colors more accurate, and then it comes with quite a lot of accessories, a lot of hands, 2 shields, and total of 4 heads. So you can't beat that. I mean, that's the most you're gonna get from SHF. And if you already have the Cap versus Cap version, and if you're just getting one, then you probably don't need this one, because it's the exact same one, just a couple of heads are different. That's about it, minus 1 shield. Color is not as accurate as this one, but still, I mean, it's not to the point where you need to buy another, unless you want to build that scene where in fact Cap versus Cap, the 2 of them fighting, then you could justify it by purchasing this set here. And at the end of this video, I'll post some photos of them 2 fighting each other. So yeah, there you go. There's the Captain America figure from SH Figuarts. Thanks for watching.